Good evening, everybody. We're going to give people some time to join us here, tuning in early. We are going to be joined tonight by a very special guest we are excited to have with us. His name is Mr. Joel Bauman. He is a professional UFC fighter. So today we're doing a multi-stream. We started on TikTok and we carried it over here. Thank you guys for joining us. We have a few people that are still going to hop on. We're going to have Mr. Joel join us shortly. And we're also going to bring on Mr. Tyler. So Tyler, I'm bringing you in. Welcome. Tyler's got TikTok on in the background as well.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Awesome. We'll wait for Joel to sign on here. Most people who are watching this on our pages should know who Veterans for Child Rescue is. So we, first of all, really appreciate you guys being here. Hey, Mr. Sean, thanks for being here. Y'all, we can see your comments on all the different platforms. So let us know where you're checking in from. Let us know what city or state you're in. We have Mr. Joel joining us here shortly. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Y'all are amazing, and we appreciate not only you being here, but your support for this mission. Today, we are going to share some really interesting information from Mr. Joel Bauman, who just joined us now. Here he is. Going to add him here. All right. Got him. Welcome, welcome. We all made it in. Perfect. Hey, everybody. Welcome. We got Missouri, we got Florida, we got Philadelphia, we got people checking in from all over the country. So thank you guys for being here. If you're watching us on our Veterans for Child Rescue pages, you should know who we are. Real quick elevator pitch. We are a nonprofit. We are dedicated to exposing and eradicating child trafficking in the USA. So every Thursday we go live with a special guest and we talk about different aspects of child trafficking, the education, the operations and what we do, and also what people need to know, because there are so many layers to this. There's so many aspects that people don't understand and realize that knowledge is power if you do something with it. So we're raising people's awareness. We're helping people grasp this concept and also understand how they can do something to be part of the solution. So, Mr. Joel, or should we call you King Bao?
It don't matter what you call me. We're here to make change.
All right, I like it. Same here.
That's all that matters.
All right, Ed. Do you mind if we repeat our opening steps with a positive message and a prayer?
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah,
that way we have it over here on this platform as well, and we can share something.
Of course.
All right, everyone, please bow their heads, and we will get this prayer started. Dear Heavenly Father and Spirit, first of all, I want to thank you for blessing us with all your gracious gifts and bringing us all together to share a powerful message to those that want a better life for this world. I thank you for putting us in the path of meeting Mr. Joel Bauman and giving him his purpose and being a voice for the voiceless. Please look after everyone who can't take care of themselves in a healthy manner, especially to those little ones that are suffering from malnutrition and child trafficking. Please give them the strength to keep fighting until hope finds and blesses them with a better life. Finally, please bless those that have joined our fight and wanting to bring a better life for this world. Amen. All right.
Amen. Thank you, Tyler. We can give a super quick recap of what we went over on the last live stream, because it was conversation was getting good. We carried it over here because TikTok is a little more, sorry, Tyler's still on it, a little more picky about what we can and cannot say. So Mr. King Bao here, we'll just call you that. He's doing some really interesting things to nourish children. So he works with a company that has a food technology that essentially enhances the bioavailability. What that means is that it gives you more nutrition in a smaller, more concentrated way so that it does more for you. Short version of a whole thing. So this technology sounds amazing, but the cool part is for every meal they sell, they donate another meal to a child in need. And they're specifically donating to children in orphanages and different situations, as well as survivors of child trafficking. So I'm definitely interested to hear more about that. I think a lot of people don't understand, what the after effects can involve in terms of kind of bringing someone back to health, both mentally and physically. So we know nutrition is a massive part of that. But Joel, please pick up where we left off. You were telling us about the product, and then we were talking about the children and the stories and the people that you're helping and in what ways.
Indeed. So if we're picking up where we left off, Everybody needs to go figure out what ace-mannan is. Ace-mannan is the world's most naturally researched molecule on the planet. It's not even close. $100 million of research, over 100 peer-reviewed studies to show what it does in the human body. And essentially what it does in the human body is it helps the body create more stem cells naturally. So by doing that, it turns on the immune system better than anything else. That's a natural molecule. And when you take our products that are infused with ace-mannan, we donate 1 for 1 to nourish children in need. We are working with Vicente Fox, the ex-president of Mexico. A lot of the children that we nourish are there. We are also partnered with 18 different countries and some very, very powerful people, one being Muhammad Yusuf. He was the Nobel Peace Prize winner that created micro-franchising that revolutionized the economy in Africa. So that just gives you a little idea of some of the people that we're working with, the network that we have. And our goal is just to help as many people as we can. If we can get a couple million people on auto ship every single month, or what we call flex ship, if people can take these life-saving technologies, change their life, change their health, we're going to eradicate malnutrition. Why would you drink, let's say, a soda with brominated vegetable oil in it? If you don't know what brominated vegetable oil is, go look at a Mountain Dew or a Powerade or a Gatorade. Brominated vegetable oil is used to fire retard plastic. The reason they put it in drinks is so that the color, which is already not supposed to be that color, it's already not supposed to be that color, is so they have it in there so when it hits the shelves, it doesn't turn white. It doesn't go clear. It's literally a preservative for the color that's not even supposed to be there. And you drink this and you're drinking what fire retards plastic. So instead of doing that, you want to drink our fuel product. Why? Because it's going to naturally increase cellular energy, ATP, with no side effects, no crash. And as you drink it, it only gets you healthier. Doesn't that sound so much better? Oh, and on top of that, you're going to nourish children. See, I mean, it's just we take what everybody is already doing and we make it better and we feed kids. So do this instead of that.
I love it. Agreed with all of the above. So can you tell some of the maybe stories or experiences about, I know sometimes these things are very, confidential for the sake of the survivors and their privacy, but a lot of people don't really understand the practical application of the aftercare or the rehabilitation factor when, a child specifically, but anyone who survives some kind of unimaginable trauma is rescued or somehow, able to restart their life. So have you guys seen a lot of, good results in that?
I mean, there's nothing like ace-mannan on the planet. Nothing. And the fact that you haven't heard of it and anybody on this call hasn't heard of it is a disservice to all of you. And the reason you haven't heard of it is because we've had to use direct sales to get it out there because the FDA wouldn't approve it. Why wouldn't the FDA approve it? Well, I just told you 100 peer-reviewed studies to show what it does against multiple things that people are dealing with on a day-to-day basis that are creating multi-billion-dollar industries. And here's this thing that can potentially has already shown peer-reviewed studies to maybe assist the body in helping. So it wasn't approved by the FDA because it couldn't kill the rats. You got to kill half of the little population to show a toxicity threshold. Well, ace-mannan, remember, hear me what I just said. For a drug to be FDA approved, it has to pass a toxicity threshold, meaning it has to be toxic to you so that they can know how much you need to take before you go bye-bye. Okay? ace-mannan didn't do any of that. It only made people healthier. Okay? So why am I telling you this? Because it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a trafficked child. It doesn't matter if you're a little old 96-year-old grandma who just died. It doesn't matter It doesn't matter who you are. The body is pretty much the same for everybody, right? Okay. So if we give us certain nutrition, now there's things like blood diets and all that. Yes, I know, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, everybody everybody processes ace mannan. Everybody lowers inflammation the same. You understand? So it's biohacking the body to do what it already does faster. And that's how we're nourishing these children. We're nourishing these children by turning on their immune systems better than they've ever been able to have before. So you talk about what's happened, if there's any stories, a lot of the stories we keep confidential, just to protect the people, the survivors. But when we say we've nourished 42 million servings, Operation Underground Railroad, they speak at our events. They let us know what's happening. They tell us the stories. So if you want to get more of the stories, if you want to get more of that information, come to some of our events. It's really cool because it's just people who are getting healthy, and it's literally all about us saving children. That's the events. So cool. And you get to learn about our incredible technology. It just makes the most sense.
Yeah, I love that. Nutrition, that's such a foundation for general health. But, when someone is very depleted nutritionally, which most of us are, even those of us who make an effort to eat really healthy, our soil, our air, everything in our environment is so toxic, so void of nutrients that even if you eat healthy foods or, eat your fruit and vegetables, a lot of times they're void in the nutrients that are essential for our well-being. So in addition to, helping the needy, which is huge, sometimes there are certain types of food technology, like what he's describing, that can do a lot more for you than, let's say, a typical meal. So these supplements, and I haven't tried them, so I, really can't speak to them, but they sound amazing. And I understand, the science and the technology is definitely legit, not only from what they've proven, but, from what I've seen and from what I've researched. What's interesting is that, to me, my perception, let's just zoom out and oversimplify this, right? I believe that health is your power.
Thank you. You're not lying.
Exactly. If you have your health, like, again, we're going to oversimplify this massive topic, right? If you have your health mentally and physically, you are less easy to control.
Bingo.
You also make the industries less money, so they don't like that. In our world, we have, in our culture, we have healthcare, but it's really sick care. So I'm not going to harp on this whole thing too much because it's a whole concept. But what I love is that it's outcome-oriented nutrition, meaning it's both preventative, it's both proactive, but it's also meeting an immediate need. If you eat better today, your body will be a little bit more healthy today. With consistency over time, it can do a lot of good. So all that to say, any regular person can benefit from the essential nutrients that we need in order to be fully healthy. But someone who is, again, a survivor of intense trauma, specifically things like child trafficking, they generally weren't given proper nutrition. So that can, vary in all kinds of forms. And giving those people the above and beyond nutrients that I'm hearing you guys are doing, it's incredible how that must change them, not only physically, but again, mentally. And the mental game is a big part of the healing and overcoming of trauma. So you're essentially, aside from the baseline necessities of nutrition, you're also, in my opinion, elevating them or giving them the opportunity to be whole mentally and physically so that they can, work on themselves and focus on their healing and their overcoming versus just staying in that survival mode that they've been in for so long.
You nailed a lot of it. You nailed sick care. That's something that we preach. Our goal is to make people sovereign. That's the point.
Yep.
If you lower inflammation naturally, what can really mess with you?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
For those who don't know, I'm going to oversimplify something else as well. Pretty much anything that ends in itis, there's a lot of conditions.
You're awesome. You're great. Wow. You educate people on what exactly. This is beautiful. Continue. Yes.
Thank you. This is like my personal passion on a totally separate note, but I've also worked in health and fitness marketing for over a decade.
Oh, then girl, we definitely need to chat. Yeah,
100%.
we definitely need to
All
chat.
about not only, you know, the way things work and understanding that, but also the holistic way, meaning
Yep.
our body is not one little component here and there that we can separate and do this and that. It's a whole holistic ecosystem. So feeding that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I digress. All that to say, in terms of inflammation, there are a lot of conditions or diagnosis, and the root cause is inflammation. Now, the inflammatory process is a part of our natural healing cycle, meaning when you get injured, sometimes your body sends inflammation to go heal and stabilize the area. But our modern lifestyle makes it so that our body doesn't work the way it's designed to work at its best. So sometimes we can have an overreaction of inflammation, meaning the body creates too much. Then, if it stays that way, and a lot of things can make it that way, but in general, I'm just going to simplify it by saying an unhealthy lifestyle. So that's stress and what we eat, what we drink, etc. If it stays that way and inflammation gets out of control, it can essentially lead to diseases. Now, the medical system works where when they listen to a set of symptoms, oh, you have this, 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 and this. Okay, this is called that. Here's your diagnosis. Here's your pills and your medicine. And this is what you have for the rest of your life. There's no cure. Thanks. Bye. Super oversimplified. That's kind of how our healthcare system works. So when things like the FDA doesn't want to approve of medicine that, you know, can help people heal themselves, kind of makes you wonder if they're afraid that they're going to lose customers.
Well, it's not even, I would say, you know, we can't necessarily say it's medicine, but we can say it's a natural molecule. They can't approve
Right.
anything really natural. It's got to be somewhat made in a lab. But everything that you're saying, girl, you know how many, I'm going to be completely honest with you. You know how many children you would save just by giving that spiel to your audience every single day and partnering with this company? Like, this is why I get annoyed with the world, because everything that you just said, you're 100% right. But you've never heard about Limitless. It is the world's most powerful anti-inflammatory product on the market, and it's not even close. This isn't me trying to sell anybody anything. This is me knowing and having life-changing results. My aunt had something with that terminology that you used at the end and has had incredible results. I could put you in front of hundreds, thousands of people who have had life-changing results from things that they were told that they might not be able to come back from, just like I was. And we all were given our life back. We were all given our sovereignty back. And we've been able to make money by helping people and saving children. See, that's a different model. That's a completely different model. We do what's called social business. This is social business. This isn't network marketing. This isn't multi-level market. This is social business. This is you educate others after you feel better. And just like you just did, that was a beautiful breakdown. Do you know how many times I've had to give that spiel to people in the last 8 years? 8 years I've been with this company. You understand? And to some people would look at me and they'd just be like, well, I'm just gonna keep drinking my Mountain Dew. This sounds like one of them there things. And it's just like, oh my gosh. Like I can't help you. I can't help you because you're not even. You just told you that this is $50 million of research on Limitless alone, and like it's just So the fact that you can immediately get it and understand, I'm telling you, we have children to save. We need to stop messing around. You need to help me, or you need to allow me to help you to do this
Here, let's do it.
at the highest level, because you, my friend, based off of how you explain, I've helped multiple people make full-time incomes in this industry, in this company. And this is why I decided to fight, because I was sitting around and I was like, man, I have my life back. I have my health back. And this man's talking about eradicating malnutrition. And I know I could be the best fighter on the planet. And if I become the best fighter on the planet, I get the word out there. Everybody hears about aloe vera. Everybody hears about these life-changing technologies that could change their lives like that if they knew about the information, if they had the information. Now we compare that to feeding children. It's done. I made the decision right then and there to start fighting, facing my biggest fear, which was hurting people. I'm an incredible fighter. I'm an incredible fighter. I'm the best fighter in the world. I believe that. But I had to get over hurting people. I didn't
Mhm.
like hurting people. I didn't want to punch people in the face. That's mean. I've walked away from every fight I've ever been in, ever had the opportunity to been in. I've had people slap me, spit in my face, push me, do everything that you can possibly think of, but I never responded. Why? Because I was afraid I was going to hurt somebody. And I thought that that energy was sacred and divine. And now we are using it for a higher purpose. And we're
Mm.
going to do everything that I say we're going to do. So I'm excited for you to join me, Kim.
Let's do it. Real
Mm.
quick, we have a lot of people asking where they can buy it, etc. It's alovea.com.
I'm going to make it easy for people. So
Yeah.
if you see @_King Bao, my name, go to my Instagram and click on the flow page. I will have my website done hopefully by this weekend to make this easier for people. But essentially, go to my flow page, which is the link in my bio @_King Bao, and click on the Eradicate Malnutrition tab. It's right under my InfoWars. InfoWars should be at the top, the InfoWars interview. And below it, there will be Eradicate Malnutrition. Go take a look at the products, the technology, the company, all of it. Go get knowledged up because this is the knowledge and the information they don't want you to have. Why you think I've been shadow banned for so many years?
Mm,
This ain't just new. This ain't a new thing. I've been
no.
shadow banned for years. Why? Because we've been talking about this type of stuff for years. I told you I was with this company for 8 years,
So
and
you've
you're
been
just not
shadow
hearing
banned
about it.
before you started talking about saving children? Dang.
What? What? I told you I was banned
This
off of
is why
YouTube.
I don't know about these things.
Oh,
Happens.
YouTube. It only took me 5 months, I think. We were talking about everything: the Illuminati card game, uh, just everything, the NWO, everything. I
Definitely
everything.
very interesting. Yeah, what's interesting, for anyone joining us, what we're talking about is a food technology that Mr. Joel Bao has and is sharing with the world. So they have a company where when you buy one product, they donate a product to a child in need. They're helping all kinds of children in orphanages, survivors of child sex trafficking, and everything in between. They're changing the world, and we are here to, amplify his message and also see how we can help and how we can work together because we have a very similar mission in protecting and saving and rehabilitating children. So love everything he's saying. We put the link in the comments for anyone asking about the products. Y'all can check them out. We're not affiliated. I have not tried these products. I'm excited to try these products because I'm a total nerd about these things. Full disclosure, and this is thanks to the healthy lifestyle that I choose and also, education. And like I said, knowledge is power only if you do something with it. I would not be a great test subject for these products because I do not have any kind of pain or health issues like at all. And I'm very fortunate to say that. But I would love to send some to maybe Craig, maybe Tyler, and people who can really try it out and give you like a measurable result. But that being said, we haven't tried these products, but we're excited to find out more about them. Mr. Joel Bao here is quite a truther, if you will, and says a lot of things that need to be said. So, like he was just saying, he's been shadow banned and censored from a lot of platforms. So, if you feel me, that probably means he's saying some things we need to hear. So, talk to us a little bit more about, you had a recent video go super viral where at the end of your fight, you called out some pretty notable people and said some things about the Epstein flight logs and basically why are they not released yet? Tell us about that moment, kind of like not what brought you there, but like what compelled you to give that message in that moment. And then what was the feedback you got from that?
Well, first off, I want to say I'm in client list. I effed up, and I was just in the heat of the moment, and I've been practicing that for the last 2 months or a month. So it was premeditated, and it was premeditated because I went viral back in March for making a comment about herpes and all of whatnot. So the mainstream media took that and they ran with it. They wanted to run with the herpes story, but they didn't want to run with the I fight to eradicate childhood malnutrition from the planet. I made sure to say that in my last post fight interview, but they didn't want to pick that up. They fell right into my hand. They fell right into my trap because I knew that's what they were going to do. That's why I said everything the way that I said it. And these idiots took it. And and sometimes you got to gamble big to win big, and we did, and it paid off. And now we're actually able to give the message that we want to give. And Jimmy Kimmel was one of those people that decided to run with the herpes story instead of the eradicate malnutrition story. He decided to put my name in his mouth. So They now get to figure out why my name's Conspiragoat. They get to figure out why my name is King Bao. The leather was because I dominate the media. I've always dominated the media. I don't need Hollywood. I'm way more talented than anybody in Hollywood. I do my own skits. I make my own music. I make my own beats. I record my own audio. I do it all out of here. I shoot my own videos. I don't need Hollywood. I don't need these weirdos. I am completely sovereign. We talk about sovereignty. We talk about freedom. I don't need these people because they want to push terrible messages. You want to talk about me having herpes, but you don't want to talk about how I'm eradicating childhood malnutrition from the planet? Wow, you guys are slimy little evil buggers, aren't you? Okay. All right. Well, you exposed yourself. You exposed yourself and you just showed my genius. Now I get to get in that, thing. I get to get in that butt. Yeah.
And this is
So,
why you are uncancelable.
bingo. These people are stupid. They're easy to see. They're easy to read. I can't watch the news. What are you doing? No, 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 no. Okay. My dog is being a little puppy and he's getting into everything as we are on this. Just no, we don't do that. Okay. This is Kip. So everybody say hi, Kip.
Oh,
Hey, Kip.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
my background.
Yeah, he's just a handful. But no, these people are easy. These people are easy to read. They're easy to predict. I can't watch the news. You want to know I can't watch the news because it's propaganda. I've been behind the scenes at news stations. I know exactly what they're doing, how they're saying things, tonality. You got to remember, I'm a master salesman. I read people for a living. That's what I've done for the last 8 years of my life. Psychology is everything. I know the exact tactics that they use. I'm a master hypnotist. I do neurolinguistic programming, everything. So it's like when you can see through the BS, you can call it. If you have the information, you can call it. So yeah, they're idiots. They fell right into the trap, and
I love
here
that.
we are.
Very informative. I too I don't watch the news and I don't watch TV. So like, excuse my ignorance, but I don't know a lot of, celebrities, athletes, etc. Respect for the hustle and the dedication, all that. I just don't buy into any of the propaganda. I
Same.
don't really have
I
time
don't
for
watch. I don't watch. I don't watch. I don't watch anything, girl. I'm literally here. I'm
Yeah.
creating.
There
I
you
don't. I don't know who any of these basketball players are. I don't know who any of these celebrities are. I know the name Lil Baby. Never heard his music. Probably have. Just don't know it. Don't care. Like I'm just doesn't matter to me. I don't want to consume what you're throwing out there. It's garbage. It's terrible.
Right. And no disrespect for them. And if they're doing good things in the world, then I respect that, right? Anyone who's using their platform for good, whatever they choose,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
respect that 100%. I respect the hustle. Like I have nothing against them personally. I just personally don't have time or bandwidth. I don't make time to consume that kind
Do
of
you
information.
do you write your music? If you don't write your music, if you don't make your own beats, I kind of don't care. Like
Yeah.
if we're talking entertainment, if we're talking all these things, I feel like I'm a real artist. I feel like I'm a real artist. So like I just don't got time for the Hollywood weirdos. You guys got teams, you got people writing your stuff, you got people booking your shows, you got your labels paying for, your stuff. Like it's a no-go. It's
Yeah. It's
you
a
know,
show. And those who enjoy it, that's
come on.
totally fine. I just choose not to spend my time like that. But that being said, I would love to hear some of the reactions you received. I'm sure they were all over the spectrum. What did everyone from friends and colleagues to strangers, what kind of reactions did you get from that last post-show speech?
Why is he wearing the leather?
All the things, girl.
Oh man, that was like, why is he? That's why I had to do the video. If you haven't seen the video that is pinned at the top of my profile on Instagram, you are doing yourself a disservice, and you are missing out on the greatest show of all time. You guys are witnessing literally the greatest show of all time. Am I canceled yet? Is my show uncancelable? Comes from my sketch comedy show, Am I Canceled Yet? Which is me just destroying everything, every conspiracy, I expose everything. And I do it my way. And my way proves that I don't need Hollywood. I am more entertaining than anybody at Hollywood. I am more entertaining than anything on the TV. Am I canceled yet? That is what essentially got me banned from YouTube and all these other platforms. So it obviously must be good. I'm giving my dog some peanut butter so he can leave me alone and we can do this interview.
So people commented on your outfit of all things.
I mean, yeah, but it was a setup because again, it makes people go, "Why was he wearing that?" So now when you go to the pin video at the top of my IG of me wearing a black hat, and I explain to you everything, and you can see why everybody's calling me a genius, and you can join in on the inside joke and the fun. We can actually start really moving forward with this mission. But until everybody decides to get the knowledge, you're going to be looking from the outside going, wow, he's sure crazy. Oh, why would he be doing that? No, you just don't have the information. It's time to if you really gave a hey, what are you doing? No. You see him? You see this? This is what I got to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Okay. If you actually decided to get the information, you would see how this was perfectly executed over the months. This is months in planning. I went viral back in March. What month is it now? Oh, so this is actually a little bit this is a little bit thought out. Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys just have to go watch the video. Let me know what you think and join in on the fun.
I love it. I will watch that video. I have not yet, but I will stalk your Instagram a little bit after this. So I'm curious. Like I harp on this question because I just want to know, from outsiders' perspectives, what did people think of the things you said specific to calling out the elite and then calling out specific things and then talking about how you live to eradicate child hunger?
Well, again, a lot of people didn't understand it. They thought it like Barstool Sports and a lot of different platforms are like, wow, you just gave us this random spiel of all this stuff. They didn't know the backstory, but now everybody's going to my Instagram and getting the backstory. Everybody's now realizing, oh, this is an ongoing story. Oh, he set everybody up. So it's like, I never care about initial reactions. If I cared about initial reactions, I wouldn't be where I am today. I had people calling me crazy, back in March for saying that I had 2 herpes outbreaks. Like, that was just a setup. Like, you guys don't know the inside joke. You guys don't know where it's going. Why should I have to tell you anything? Why should I have to tell the world anything? Because the world, respectfully, has got us to the point where we are now. Okay? Everybody in the world has got us to this point. What do I mean by that? Some of my friends don't have businesses anymore. Okay? Some of us were saying, hey, this thing that we're shutting everything down for, I don't know if it's really something we need to be shutting everything down for. And now we're having some things come out today that is quite interesting. That says that maybe everything that we did while we were shutting everything down didn't need to happen because it wasn't even something. So I really just don't care what the world thinks because the world has got us to where we are, and I'm trying to get us someplace different because
100%.
Yeah.
No, I feel that to my core. The reason I ask is I too am completely lacking that entire section of my brain that cares about what people think, just in general. But it's more about understanding people's perspective. Because here's the thing, this topic is very native to us. We are very familiar with it. We understand it inside and out. But most people don't have that kind of understanding of what we're talking about. So I'm always interested to hear people's perspectives, not because I am offended or care about what they think, specifically not about me personally, but in terms of it's part of bridging the gap in understanding, in raising awareness. It's part of educating people. So there are some people who choose to ignore, and we're going to put those people in a different little pile over here. Because if you willfully are ignorant, that's a choice, right? That's different. But then there's people who really don't understand. They don't know. They've maybe been told all kinds of information. They don't know what to believe. So a lot of people are unsure what's true and what's not. And to your point, it's by design that people are very confused these days. But that being said, when we do put out educational information. Again, we have a different approach, but anything that people see as controversial, which may include children being harmed and us trying to protect them, and that's controversial to some people. But all that to say, I'm interested in people's perception only to kind of get an understanding of where people are at and the kind of, feedback that you got from it. Because I know there's a lot of, feedback or results that aren't measurable. People may not tell you about them, share them, etc. But it's always interesting for me to hear people's perspective, even if, I would consider it somewhat ignorant. It's still helpful for me to know how
Of
to
course, of
reproduce
course,
education.
of course. So the video I'm doing tonight for the Jimmy Kimmel Challenge is addressing everything that you're talking about. I'm getting a lot of people that come in and say, well, you would reach more people if you did it this way. And it's like, how are you saying that when I got on InfoWars? How are you saying that? I just got on the biggest, conservative news network, essentially, whatever you want to call it, on the planet. And that was only after 2 fights. Only after 2. I broke the internet back to back. So at some point in time, people gotta realize, is that luck or is that genius? And the only way you're going to figure it out is if you get in on the joke. If everybody tells you about a great album, man, that album over there is great. Oh my gosh. And you don't go listen to that album, but you still try to critique it, then what does your opinion matter? You see, everybody that essentially, to me, in my story matters is the people that have been here, who have been seeing me for the last 3 years talk about this, been shadow banned, been everything, been deplatformed, and this close away from losing everything. That's why we got to make our own. Like, I am focused on those people, my core audience, because they're the ones that have ran up my pin video at the top of my IG. They're the ones that are going, this man is brilliant. He's undeniable. Uncancelable means undeniable. You can't deny me. I literally just said, this is the greatest media heist of the 21st century, and it's not even close. There is nobody that's going to do what I have done and how we're going to flip it on them. I will be single-handedly the reason, with all of your help, I will single-handedly be the reason that Hollywood is no more. We will look at Hollywood different after all of this. That is my goal and that is my intention. It's to expose everything. I want it all. May I give everything. May I have everything so I can give it all back. That's the goal. I want everything. And then we're going to create new systems. That's the point. So when we talk about what people think and the reactions, the video that I'm doing tonight is addressing all of that. I don't care if you care that I'm wearing a tinfoil thong. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. You want to know why? Because it gets attention and everybody wants to be entertained. How many of you still have your Netflix account? Stop talking to me about things that don't matter. You understand? How many of you are still watching reality TV? Stop talking to me about things that don't matter. I'm going to wear my tinfoil thong because I'm also making fun of you. Sorry, that's the real. If I'm being honest, I'm making fun of humanity. I'm making fun of society. Why was I wearing a genitalia collar? Because it's attention. Because people are easy to manipulate, and it should make you upset if you don't have control of this. When I was a kid, I used to pray to God. I used to pray. One of my prayers in like the 8th grade, my main prayer, 7th and 8th grade, God, can I please get through the day? Or can I make it till noon without getting in a fight with one of my teachers? Because I would get so emotionally charged. You understand? I didn't know I could control this and I could control this. If you would have gave me that information when I was a kid, it would have changed and revolutionized my life. I got that information later. I changed and it revolutionized my life. Now I know how to direct my attention. Now I know how to direct my focus. If you see here, I'm pretty much a minimalist, aren't I? I got rid of everything that doesn't matter and I focus on the mission. That's why I don't care what anybody thinks. It doesn't matter, because if I cared what anybody thinks, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And the world is watching. And now I get to make fun of it some more, and we get to call out hypocrisy. And you get to see and you get to sit in on the greatest show on planet Earth right now.
All right, we're here for it. So tell us about like what's next. I know you got a lot of things that you're working on, a lot of projects. What's the next big thing that you're really excited about, and that's your next like big focus or project?
Fight for you. Fightforyou.io. Fightforyou.io. I told you guys that the NCAA back in the day owned my name. I wasn't able to make money off of my name. And ultimately, we've seen this model be used in many, many different ways, many industries, many corporations. They sign people, and these individuals that they sign don't own the exclusive rights to the intellectual property of their performances. Fight for You is going to change that. It's going to change everything. We should launch within the next 6 weeks here. It's the first NFT or project on the blockchain that's going to give performers of any type, that could be a fighter, that could be a singer, that could be anybody that performs, will be given the exclusive rights to the intellectual property of their performances, and they will be able to sell that directly to their fans on the blockchain. We're going to revolutionize everything. I'm here to take over everything and give it back to humanity.
Sounds exciting. That's really cool. I'm looking at the website now.
Yeah,
That's big stuff.
it's going
Talk
to
to
be
us
massive.
about, let's get back to the, the feeding the children, the technology and the mission there. And also, how can we assist with what you're doing? How can we work together? We have a very similar mission. We kind of focus on various aspects of it. What can
Take
we
the
do to
pro- take the products and feel better and tell people about it. I know you said that you didn't feel like these products could assist and help everybody, but you too have inflammation. This is where I need to correct. This is where I need to whatever. And I know you're very knowledgeable, but at the same time, I'm a professional athlete. I could say that my health is better than majority of the world's, but when I tell you when I'm on these products, I feel better than I've ever felt. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to sleep and their body fights what? Their body works to fight what when you're sleeping? Inflammation. What happens when you lower that naturally down to a very, very small level? Do you not think you would sleep better? Do you not think your body would heal other things faster? Also, do you not think that by pumping 300% more stem cells throughout your body, other things would not then benefit? Everybody needs to be on these products. It's not just the sickly, it's not just for people dealing with these things. It's to, I believe, I'm going to phrase something. Tony Robbins, everybody needs to go watch the Tony Robbins Logan Paul Impulsive video, where he was on Logan Paul's podcast Impulsive. Tony Robbins is on that video talking about two things specifically. And he's also talking about de-aging, the process of actually reversing your ability to age. Do you want to know the two things that Tony Robbins was talking about that he was spending millions of dollars on? It was stem cells and it was lowering inflammation. I am telling everybody on this call that we don't treat, heal, cure, or do any of that. But we do have the most powerful food technology on the planet, cheaper than anything else that you're going to be able to get on any part of the world, any part of the market. Instead of $10,000 shots or $2,000 shots, take this little $60 bottle of Ace Man, and that's going to turn on the immune system better than anything it's done. Do that instead. It's cheaper. It's better. You're going to get healthier. It just makes sense. So everybody should be on our stuff and you will feel better and you will come back to me and you'll say, "Oh my gosh, I never knew I could feel this." Yeah, I know. Don't worry. Let's just focus on feeding kids. I don't want to talk about that. I'm so happy that you feel better. I told you so. I've been doing this for the last 8 years. I know what I'm talking about. But it's time to feed kids. Who can we help? Who do you know that's dealing with something? That's the goal. So if you want to help, it's time for everybody to put their money where their mouth is. I put my money where my effing mouth is, and that's why I get to where I am. I might turn off a lot of people. I don't care. They're not the people I need. You understand? You know how many people I've offended in my life, throughout my life, and how I've done things, how I talk, how direct I am, how But have I now allowed myself to save more children in all of this? Yep. You know how many people have ordered these products and have changed their lives and have messaged me in the last 2 weeks? Oh my gosh, I'm already experiencing this. I'm winning. It don't matter what anybody tells me. So let's all just save the world already. I'm getting annoyed.
I feel that, man. I'm like, if people aren't actually taking action, like, I'm done with the words. There's a lot of, talk and education that we have to do, of course, but in general, if you're not actually taking meaningful action, not that interested in hearing more. But all that being said, I love what you're doing. The thing that first caught my attention about these products was the mention of stem cells, because again, I'm a real nerd about that kind of stuff, and it's like just overall anti-aging, fountain of youth type things. I said it, you didn't, not a claim. I can say it. Haven't tried these products yet, but the technology behind it, the science is solid.
Look how pretty I am. What are we talking about? Go look at some pictures of me in college, and then look at me now. I look better now than when I was in college. That's what good nutrition and that's what good technology can do. Like, I am younger than I've ever been, and I'm 31. I'm healthier than I've ever been, and I'm only getting older. No, I'm wiser, getting more cerebral, more calculated. And again, it happens to everybody. It's not just me. Everybody that I have seen take these products and just commit. Again, your body's new after 90 days. It's 90 days that your cells regenerate and that you're a new that's why all these 90-day challenges are around, because they know if you can make 90-day commitments, you're going to be different 90 days from now, because essentially you're going to be a new person. You understand? Like, if you get on these products for 90 days, you're going to be a fan for life. You're going to go, oh my gosh, I've never felt this good. And you're going to understand, we're going to do right by people. I'm not something to be afraid of. We are not something to be afraid of. We are not something to be questioned. I am done allowing people to question me or my morals or my intentions. I am here for humanity. This company wouldn't be this company if it wasn't here for humanity. It is time to go. I am done talking. I'm giving information. I'm telling people what it is. And if you'd like to participate, and let's go change the world, because 3 years from now, this world can be a completely different place. And to be able to do that, we're going to pay people millions of dollars. Imagine being able to be financially free because you help save millions of children. I have a bracelet that's sitting right over on my desk that shows that I've sent over 100,000 servings of nourishment to children. And to this day, I have sent over 1 million servings of nourishment to children. If no one else has done that, then they can all just shut up now. I don't care what you have to say. The model is proven, the products are proven, the partnerships are proven. Do you want to participate or not? Do you want to be a part of history or not? If the answer is no, then please leave me alone. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to help others that want to help themselves and want to help the world. That's it.
Yeah. What I really found really interesting about what your product does and what you do with it is helping children on the aftercare side of the house. So, when children, I'm going to talk a little bit about trafficking, because, those children usually, when they're being recovered or rescued or whatever the case may be, when they're out of that bad situation that they were in, that, they don't have the greatest of health. And, you need to get those nutrients into them. So, and the stuff that is built inside the chemicals that are in your product, or not chemicals, but the health nutrients, they do help restore their lives back and helps them be a healthier them. And so with those children that are in the aftercare and the recovering process, a lot of them can be skin and bone. They need that extra nutrients to become a better, healthier person. So I really envy that your mission on being able to connect the two and be able to help out the world that way. I believe what you're doing is very positive. You have a different outlook on life, and it reaches people. So, keep doing what you're doing, and don't let anybody stop you. No. You are the change, and you keep being the change. Keep being the warrior you are, and keep being the fighter. that you are doing inside the cage and outside the cage. And brother, if you need anything, you just holler and we'll be there for you. You know,
Gotcha.
so thank you for coming on here and expressing and sharing all the knowledge you have with your products. And just so everyone knows, that is alovea.com, ALOVEA.com. So please check it out and
Anybody that
help.
gets started too. Also, I want to say this. My goal is to celebrate people, because we live in a time where I think they feel alone, they feel isolated, they don't know what to do. So one thing that we're doing is we do this live stream called Neo TV. It stands for Nourish Everyone, and we get people who have had incredible life-changing stories and life-changing results from this product line, and we get them to share their story, and we also get them to tell us how many children that they've nourished. So it's a very powerful live stream. You can look for that on my socials. Um, but yeah, if anybody gets started, we'd love to have you on. Take the products for a month. Feel how you're feeling. Feel how you feel. Whether it takes 2 or 3 months, just take the products. Trust me. And I'd love to share your story to the world. I want to celebrate the people who are feeding children. I want to celebrate the people who are making a difference, because they deserve to be celebrated. And that's who will get my platform.
And it's all about consistency, and you got to stick with something to be able to see the change that goes inside of you.
Mhm.
And with your partnership or what we can work out, I appreciate the message that you're getting out there and educating people. That's what we are about. We come to these lives, these stream platforms, and we try to educate people on knowledge they don't know about.
Yeah.
And Joel fights a different fight than we do, but we're all kind of intertwined together. So he fights child malnutrition. We go for trying to end. No, we are going to end child sex trafficking inside the U.S. and the rest of the world once we get there. And when it's all about partnerships and getting our voices out there, and the way you
Hey,
do
you
it,
ready
you
for
got to
this? You
express
ready
it to
for
your
this?
film.
You
What you
ready for
got?
this? I got you. Do you realize that there would be, in my opinion, no child trafficking if there wasn't childhood malnutrition? People have to be vulnerable. People have to be vulnerable. Now, here's what I mean by this, and here let me finish this thought. If we eradicate childhood malnutrition from the planet through my company, Alovea, that means that there will have to be hundreds of thousands of people who are essentially now multimillionaires because of their ability to impact other people. I foresee abundance for all. Imagine the systems that could be created if people could actually have the money to make the difference that they wanted to make. They say money is the root of all evil. That is not true. Bad intentions are the root of all evil. Sinful nature is the root of all evil. Ego, all of that. What happens when you give good intentioned people money? I just told you Sam Castor walked away from what some people would consider FU money. And he walked away from it not knowing what was going to happen, only to be rewarded by the universe with something more powerful than he already had that impacted millions of lives. And now here we are with that opportunity. And if you don't think that they made a bunch of successful people, if you don't think that they made a bunch of people money to become that successful company that they first had, you got to be out of your mind. But now, what happens, Tyler, Kim, myself? What happens when people like us come together and we're rewarded and we're given the opportunity to make more money and have more influence than we've ever had before, all by helping people and providing value, real value? That's different. And that's why I say if we can eradicate malnutrition, imagine having an endless budget for what you guys do. It's different. We focus on one thing, we get the other thing. That's my opinion. That is my belief. And that's why I'm so focused on getting the word out. We have to make people sovereign. Once we start make people sovereign here, We make them sovereign here, we make them sovereign here, and we help the world become sovereign. May I take over everything to give it all back. That's the point.
And this is an evil versus good fight that we are in. And, I agree with you on the money is not the root of all ego, or not the root of all evil, but it's also a big key factor in way people make decisions, and they allow themselves to steer into the wrong direction. That's if they just intentionally have bad intentions out there, or if they are trying to think of the word, but anyway,
corrupted.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
yes.
Corrupted. Yep.
Yeah, it's all, a lot of it is corruption, and that's, coming together, being able to share each other's voices. That's what we're doing here tonight. Joel goes over there and he is battling child malnutrition and trying to end that evil sickness. And we're over here trying to end child sex trafficking that is inside the world. And, this is the reason why we're coming together and joining each other's fights, because we believe and we are determined to end this type of stuff. I don't want to see a child out there not healthy, getting the poor discipline lessons that are going through them and being instilled in them. We have to change that and the culture that we are living in. So coming together and being one voice, we must do that. And, we have to come together as a team. Like I said in the last live, when I was in the military, we did a lot of cross training, and we had to learn each other's types of skills to be able to become a better us. So, I encourage anybody that shares our vision of being able to end the fights that we are in. I welcome anyone and everyone to come join us. Get educated, get the knowledge that you need, so that way you can go out there in the real world and be able to fight this evil. We got to shine light on this stuff, and no one else is doing it but we. And it takes a team to be able to do this. It's not an individual thing. I thought I could take on the world by myself. No, I need strategic allies and partners, groups of different types of people to be able to accomplish our mission. And I try not to sleep as much as I can, because I'm so focused and determined to see the success of this evil being taken down. And I'm tired of seeing children out there being hurt or being traumatized. If they can't stand up and be the voice for themselves, they're a child. They have an adolescent mind that's not fully developed inside their brain. I can't remember the actual statistics on when a child actually has a fully developed brain, or however they word that.
Your brain isn't fully developed till around 25.
Yes, and that is something that, and that's coming into the early years of their adult stages of life. And, a child can't advocate for themselves. And, and we got to be the voice for the voiceless. And that's what we are doing here today. We are trying to join partnerships and meet as much people as we can, and trying to, like I said, shine that light on the evil. And it takes knowledge of learning other people's paths. We all have the heart to do the right thing. And what we do with that heart and how we bring it out is up to us. And, you have to be a strong you to do it. And that's the reason why we are so determined to keep fighting this great fight that we're in. With that, I'll hand it right back over to y'all. I apologize, but I'm so
Don't apologize. Hey,
Yes.
don't apologize ever for making a positive impact. Don't apologize ever for being passionate. Don't apologize ever for being powerful. That is your divine birthright. You continue to be all that you are and shine your light, brother. Don't ever apologize to me for shining your light and using your voice. You're a beautiful human.
Word. Thank you for giving that message to Tyler. Tyler's an amazing person. He's a volunteer with Veterans for Child Rescue. He came on. He knew Craig Sawyer for a long time in, I think, the firearms industry. He did his part in a really interesting way. I like to tell this story because a lot of people say dumb excuses like, I don't know what I could do, or I don't know how to help, or they just want to go like kick down doors. And that's, there's a lot of other aspects to this. Tyler created a TikTok account, and we, normally recognize that platform as harmful for children. But that being said, he did that to amplify an incredible message, and he's blowing it up. So all that to say, there's something all of us can do to be part of the solution. If you have a passion for something, it's because you may be destined to make a difference in that particular hemisphere of the world. So to Tyler's point, we appreciate anyone who will come together. We're all about the unity. We're all about working together. We're all about what kind of impact we can make when we do stand together. So it's, there's so many different layers of this. There's so much work for all of us to do. Thank you for what you're doing in the world to help people, to help children, to put people's focus on what really matters. We hope we can work with you to amplify, what we're doing with these missions, the people that we're helping. And I want to give you a little something to think about. If you can find a creative way to make the topic of child trafficking and the solutions for it go viral, I know you're capable of this. I'm just, putting that bug in your ear in case something occurs to you.
Easy. It's just easy. It's already
Exactly.
done.
I know you're going to have fun with this one. Just let us know how we can help.
Yeah, for sure. No, we will. We have a couple different. We have so much stuff just that people have no idea. I'm sitting on so much music. I'm sitting on so much content. I'm creating a new video every single day for the Jimmy Kimmel Challenge. If you don't know what that is, we call it Jimmy Kimmel Hollywood, the mainstream media, every day. And we sing a song that I made to them. And until they decide to respond, they are canceled and they are on the list. If your name is on the list, we need to hear from you. Otherwise, you're canceled. So I feel like we're already doing it in a sense, but now it's just adding layers. It's just adding layers. You guys are a layer. So let's have some fun with this and F Hollywood.
Let's do it. Let's know how we can help. Definitely look forward to hearing more from you, working with you. I'm going to check out those products. I mean, like I was saying earlier, I'm not necessarily, a great measurable outcome in terms of the effects, but I do think if it, helps me level up, I'm interested in trying. But I definitely know a lot of people that it could really specifically impact. There's so many communities, in my opinion, everyone needs better nutrition and essential nutrients, but specifically certain communities that may have more, obstacles or struggles than others, that type of nutrition, that it can change their life. I know that I'm preaching to the choir here, but I'm saying this for the listeners, right? Where when you can get to a place of health, both physically and mentally, that is your power. That is a form of reclaiming your power. And it also means not only do you have control of your mind and body, you are sovereign over it. So it opens a lot of, doors and endless possibilities in your life. So I really do wish that for everybody. And again, I want to thank you for what you're doing to put that message out there, to put food in the hands of children who are malnourished and neglected. And thank you for showing up today to share this message and to let us know what you're about. We appreciate it.
You guys deserve it.
Back at you, man. We appreciate you. Any last words, last message?
Just be love. Be love. Be light and be love. Be what you are. That is your divine birthright. Don't be anything less than that. Look in the mirror and love yourself, like Tyler was talking about. I have mirrors because the mirror is the first place I learned how to respect myself. It's the first place I learned how to believe in myself. It's the first thing that allowed me to have vision for my life, what I wanted to look like, who I wanted to be, how I wanted to carry myself. And I believe I have self-actualized the dream of what I would be as a child in the now. So I'm just grateful for my life. I'm grateful for all the people that are showing up like you. You guys are incredible for what you are doing. Know that I see you and I honor you. And I honor everything that you're doing. That's why I'm here. I could be a lot of different places. I could be doing a lot of different things. But hopefully you feel my intention that this matters to me and that you are important. I want you guys to know that. I love you and I honor you. And I know we just met, but I want to say that while I'm able to, because it's important, be more love. That's how we get out of the darkness.
Agreed. Back at you, man. We appreciate you. Appreciate that energy too.
Well, I am gonna start this video. Stay tuned if you haven't watched the video, the pin video of my black hat on Instagram. Go check that out. It is the most
Yeah, about
genius
to.
video, the most genius video on Instagram right now. It's going to change everything. We are here, and enjoy day 13 of the Jimmy Kimmel Challenge coming to you tonight.
And everyone that wants to follow Joel, make sure you subscribe to him on Instagram. And that's where he's going to be releasing everything. _King Bao. You can see it right over there in the bottom sided corner of where he's at, right next to his picture. So make sure you do check him out. Show him some love. Show him some support, because he is fighting a good fight out there. And it takes a lot of people to do things, and we can be the change. And do that, we want to be the change. We got to change the culture and how we approach people and how we treat each other, and loving yourself and finding that inner peace. Then you can go out there and speak freely and be able to get a powerful message of your own out there. And just, oh man, I'm moved. So Joel, thank you, brother. I appreciate everything you're doing. If there's anything you need, you got my number. Call me up anytime. And thank you for being the change. And thank you for your mission.
I love and honor you guys. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys soon. Tyler, hit me up whenever. Kim, hit me up whenever. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Indeed.
Bye.
See you.